Realization with all things is all about insights, but purification of the extinction and emptiness, being aligned with Nirodha Nibbana, is not about realization. Realization is the insights. It includes until the omniscient Jnana of the Buddhas. But the true essence of cutting is have to step back, disengage from disengaging itself. This has nothing to do with knowing or not knowing. It will have nothing to do with being enlightened or not, realized or not. It will have nothing to do with being enlightened. Being enlightened or realizing is all about insight. It's all about omniscient Jnana. After the enlightenment, this is after cutting, then it will be clear with the samudaya of all beings. The enlightened ones is the one who are clear and realize the samudaya, the cause of suffering, the cause of karma of all beings. The samudaya of the world, of samsara. Question: the training to realize with all things is impossible to cut. It's impossible to cut because it's about insight. The awakening and the brightening is all about insights. Is the force. It has to be stepping back, disengaged from disengaging itself. Disengage. That is non-attachment. All about non-attachment. It's all about the non-delusion. It's all about the non-attachment, non-delusion. This is Nirodha Nibbana, purely. And then one will realize and be clear and enlightened to the samudaya of all beings, which is the knower itself. The knower is the samudaya, the cause of karma. So the passing on regarding realization is actually the passing on through the insights. They're passing on all about the omniscient knowledge, but using the insights for passing on, but it's not the direct cutting, because listen well. The essence of true cutting or the enlightenment is cutting within the cutting itself. This is not about cutting something. Cutting within the cutting itself is that stepping back to not attach to the non-attachment itself. Cut through the cutting itself. For the knower itself, it will function accordingly. The clear knowing will function, but without effort. Otherwise, there will be the desire and delusive attachments. It is the samudaya that overlaying the clear knowledge. It has to be founded by cutting, stepping back by not attached to the non-attachment itself. This will give ceasing within the ceasing itself, cut through the cutting itself. Amidst eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body and mind, amidst the vessels of knowing, one must step back, disengage from disengaging itself, then there will be a sum up of Nirodha and Nibbana. It will give ending. Otherwise, it's gonna become learning. Someone who's still being deluded to learn. Such clear knowledge or clear knowing is gonna be in this way, instead of cutting through it. The omniscient yan, the omniscient knowledge is not Nibbana, but is from the Mahabarami. Is the omniscient yan. It's just a force of the yan, of knowing. So the omniscient yan of Buddhas is not Nibbana, it's just a force. The force of so much force within insights. But the true enlightenment is not about knowing or not knowing. We have to step back. My from my itself. This is not to my to anything. It's not about cutting anything. The essence of the enlightenment has nothing to do with omniscient yan or wisdoms. It has nothing to do with realization, clear knowing. Clear knowing is all about insights. It's just a force for blessing, and founded by the essence of Nirodha and Nibbana. Cut through the cutting itself, my from my itself, letting go of the letting go itself, not attached to the non-attachment itself. It's not about not attached to anything. To not attach to anything is related to the insights. Let go of the letting go itself, it will give ending to the delusion to let go. This is called summing up of Nirodha. Other forces are just the force of blessing. From the awakening and brightening. Awakening out of knowing is the force of blessing. For samsara, it has to be founded by my from my itself, not attached to the non-attachment itself, founded by Nirodha. Whatever that they have taught, they use insights to teach. It's not by the enlightenment, not by Nibbana. Whatever that they have passing on to each other is not reflecting to sum up with Nibbana. Therefore, it has become cycle of learning on and on. Knower is the samsara itself. So just step back, disengage from disengaging itself throughout everything. Conclude through Nirodha and Nibbana right away. There is no need to be concerned with being enlightened or not, realized or not, knowing more, knowing less, knowing afar, knowing nearness, knowing expansively or knowing narrowly. There is no need to have such a concern. There is no need to have a concern for the internal or the external knowing. When there is a concern with knowing, there is no cutting within the knowing. There is no cutting to the attachment of knowing. No need to be concerned with knowing, near, far, narrow, extensive. To have a concern with knowing is gonna be a burden. It's a burden, it's a concern. Nirodha is not to be in the position of a burden. Nibbana either. But the concern with knowing is a burden in itself. Therefore, step back, not attached to the non-attachment itself, amidst knowing or not knowing whatsoever. Knowing much or more or less, step back, conclude through Nirodha first of all. End the ending itself first, cease the ceasing first. That is my from my itself. Amidst the omniscient yan, amidst all about insights and knowing. Let's conclude through Nirodha as a foundation for all knowing. Then it will not be circling in itself. The later generation, they are learning so much because they are so much deluded in the knowing. That's why they're circling with it. And all about reciting, babbling on and on because of knowing. Proceeding with knowing on and on, only just proceeding, knowing and knowing, circling and circling, babbling in this way and that way. Being deluded to practice in this way and that way. This is becoming samsara in itself. It's not ending within the ending itself, not let go of the letting go itself. We have to step back, my from my itself only. Don't let go of anything because it's gonna go in such a way. Just like proceeding with knowing, there is no cutting. It's just proceeding with knowing. This is not about discarding something or letting go of something. Let go of the letting go itself. Discard the discarding itself. Cut through the cutting itself. It's not about cutting something because it is become a path. It is samsara in itself. It's not true Nirodha. Have to step back. Let go of the letting go itself. Don't let go of anything. If my, then my from my itself. Don't my from anything. Don't reject anything. In this way, for both humans and non-humans, we have a conclusion. And everyone will follow accordingly to the essence, the true essence. This is the era of the conclusion of Nirodha and Nibbana already. Conclusion for everything.